Hi Libra, how you guys doing? Let's pull your general energies for the week of July 8th to the 16th. Let's see what we have going on for you guys. We'll pull crowning energy, and then we'll pull the energy going into the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, the end of the week, and then any challenges that you're going to have. Okay, so for your crowning energy, we have the Grand Cross Provoker. Okay, all right. Makes sense to me just because of the eclipse season and you guys are cardinal energy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Exasperating time where you might feel provoked and frustrated over. I call this the booby trap card, where just like booby traps and walls kind of come up from nowhere, seem to be set in your way. It's as if you're going to feel during this week anyway that everything is working at cross purposes to you, where you can feel pulled in a number of different directions, which makes sense because we have a number of oppositions going on. So, yeah, it's a frustrating time, but let's see what we have going on. That's the crowning energy. So you're going to have some frustrations. That's okay. A lot of us are feeling it now. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we have, going into the week, we have the Emperor. Okay, Two of Swords. Just to fit these in. Okay, in the middle of the week, I'm going to have the Two of Swords energy, the Moon. Okay, some secrets, lots of thinking, it's challenging you. Okay, lots of Swords. Okay. Oh, Lovers, nice. Wheel of Fortune, even nicer. Look at that, the World. Look at that outcome line. Look at that outcome line. The Lovers, Wheel of Fortune, and the World. Okay, so you're going to go through some stuff, but it looks like it's going to end up incredibly fabulous for you. So let's talk about this crowning energy first, the Thought Provoker card. Okay, like I said, this is going to be a frustrating time for you. You know, this is a time where you're going to want to think about how are you communicating, and could you communicate a little better? Okay, and that's one area. Just because whenever we have tension, it's not always the other person, right? So we want to just look at everything that we can control, that we maybe can adjust to make things go a little bit more smoothly. But when this card presents itself, it also does suggest that there are multiple talents that you're able to access right now, as well as a couple of different paths that are being offered to you, which is great. So it's all about focus and organization right now. We're going to be very, very important until this matter and this phase kind of, you have to work through this phase, okay? Because there is opposition here. I mean, that's what the Grand Cross is. It's about opposition. It's 4 planets 90 degrees away from each other, right? So it's this idea of opposition that I discussed at the beginning of the video. So, but once you're on track, the momentum toward the attainment of what you desire is going to be absolutely impossible to stop. So this is all about a shifting of energy and switching into gear. So it really is ultimately positive. It's just a little uncomfortable while we're going through it. And in regards to relationships or love, when we get this energy, it indicates a very faded quality to our relationships. And if you're in a relationship, even if it's a little challenging right now, you're not going to want to let go of it. Because this is the kind of thing where if you let go of it, you may ultimately be sorry once this entire time period, I don't even want to say the transits, like as in this week. I mean, I'm even going to say this entire eclipse season through next July. But you're just going to feel like you're sacrificing and you're compromising with this relationship, and you're banging your head against the wall with things that come up. It's like fires fly up out of nowhere, walls fly up out of nowhere, and you're being challenged. You're just not sure whether you should wait it out. You know, you're just not sure. But this energy does indicate, think things through carefully, guys. You have free will. Ultimately, if you're in a very bad abusive relationship and it hasn't been working for eons, and if you feel moved and motivated to transfer yourself out of it during this time period, then of course that makes sense. But if you're in the space of really not knowing, you might want to just wait until this time period settles down, because you may find that this is exactly the person who you need in your life, you know. Any questions about business or career, it's going to happen. You're just going to have to work a little harder, because that's what we have when we have these grand crosses. That's it. This is all about you really becoming a lot more focused, a lot more realistic, really wanting stability and doing exactly whatever you need to have that long-lasting stability is what you really want to do right now. You know, and a good thing to remember in this energy is that it's best not to fight the hard lessons at this time. This is a period where you're really going to need to like really take stock of everything that's gone on in your life, that's brought you to this place that you're at right now. And it's time to draw upon your own strength, because when you do this, you're going to move from feeling this uncertainty that so many of you are feeling right now into a place of peace and contentment, which is great, because really, I know a lot of you have not been feeling that, you know, lately. And especially the cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra, you know, are feeling it the most. And even if you're none of those signs, but you have those placements in other parts of your chart, you're going to be feeling a lot of changes right now. All right, so let's get into this. Start of the week, we have the Emperor, okay, which is an Aries energy. It's also linked to the Death card. So in general, this energy is about balance, security, conventional values. You're really paying attention to stuff, trying to predict problems and how to overcome them with careful planning. There is an element of single-mindedness here. But this is about feeling that things are starting to return to order. So typically, this is a pretty welcome sign. You know, that the things are improving in your circumstances, and you're in a space of trusting yourself to make the right decision. So this is you really, really, really wanting to live in the here and now, and just looking at your practical resources. What do you have? What do you need? Type of thing. Using your wisdom and your determination, and really becoming the leader in your own life. Now, for some of you, many of you, perhaps have met a new partner, or you might just be focusing on practical matters and future planning in an established relationship, whether it's new or established. Many of you are going to be in a space of planning this future. But regardless, this does indicate a sense of loyalty and love. You know, finances becoming organized, there being a sense of things running pretty smoothly at home. But I am getting that a lot of you may be feeling an undertone of discomfort if you're with someone who's very controlling, like controlling of their emotions, controlling how they think things need to be, where they have a very strong need to conform to a certain way of living. The Emperor is very, very ambitious, right? Very domineering, somebody who's quite stable, right? Look at, it's the number 4. Most stable sign, right? It's all about stability and order. But at the same time, I'm getting that many of you might feel a bit stifled within this relationship, because this is a very controlling energy. It is. I mean, you might even within yourself, even if you're not with anyone, you might feel just very controlled by your circumstances right now. You know, because this really is about, with stability comes this sense of conformity, right? So yeah, I mean, I am getting this sense of almost like you wanting to break free from something. You want the stability, you want all of that, you're valuing that, but at the same time, it's like, you know, what else is there kind of thing. Yeah, and you're just thinking about everything, because then we have this Hangman energy, you know, and this is a Neptune energy, and it's connected to the Empress, who is the partner to the Emperor. So in the major arcana sequence, the Hangman falls right after Justice and right before Death, and that sounds very ominous, but this is telling me that you had to hold on to your values while they were on trial in some way. It's like you had your values, you had your morals, you had your way of living, the way you thought things should be, but they were being very much challenged. You know, and this energy is telling me that, and now you feel like you have to hold on to whatever values you can decipher as being valuable to you until death comes, where you can figuratively let go of the space that you've been in. Because this is all about transformation, guys. Death brings transformation. So while the hangman prepares to make that sacrifice, that death needs to move on. You're just kind of hanging out. And I know that sounds dark, but it's not. Because, again, death is just about ongoing change and transformation. And any big shift requires preparation. And in this case, I'm getting that this is you hanging out as the hangman. Because things are not speeding up right now. Things are going to be a little slow in the moment, starting this week off. You just need to be patient in the knowledge that the universe has its own plan, and you can't dictate anything on your own time schedule. And it's a little frustrating for you because you know you've made sacrifices. You know you've worked hard. You're really waiting to see the rewards and waiting for the changes of everything that you've been working towards. And you want your patience to pay off. But again, you can't force this outcome. Things are going on right now in your life that you have no idea about. Something's happening in your life, Libra, that you have no knowledge of or influence over. So you're in a space here of just needing to accept this and expect delays. But you might be feeling frustrated with your progress right now. So just try to use this time to develop a deeper perspective on different parts of your life, maybe what path you're on, your ambitions, the relationships you're in. Try to see things from a new angle. If the approach that you've been taking up to this point hasn't really been working out the best for you, this is a time for you to really take some space, really, and sit back and just really think about things. So we have the Two of Swords reversed. So this is a Moon in Libra energy. And when this is reversed, it typically indicates deception and being blind to someone's manipulation. This card does especially apply to partnerships of all kinds. So it could be love, it could be friendships, could be in business and career. It doesn't matter. Wherever there would be a partnership indicated in your life. But if your intuition is telling you that someone is being dishonest, pay attention to everything. And don't be afraid to carry out your own little investigation here. But time is pretty sensitive in this energy. So don't put off looking deeper into something that you're sensing is just not quite right now. Okay? And then we have, going into the middle of the week, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, the Ace of Swords reversed, which is associated with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's an air energy. So when the Ace is reversed, this typically predicts conflict and argument, where you find yourself in a battle of the wills with someone, because this is like thoughts and ideas and words, right? And because it's reversed, it's like, this is probably an argument that you can't win. At least not right now. So the message here is to just withdraw for the moment and turn your attention elsewhere. You may be lacking confidence right now in your abilities, your intellectual abilities, because it's swords. It's like you don't feel equal to others. But guys, this is a perception that you're feeling rather than a reality. So, yeah, I'm getting this for a lot of you. Now, if neither of those scenarios resonate with you, again, because this is a general reading, this can also mean a decision going against you. Like maybe you went for an interview and it didn't go so well, or you put in to complete a project and you were turned down for it, or you took some sort of exam and you didn't do quite well. But regardless, it's you not being able to hold like firm footing, under you, under this fire energy, like this very dominant personality in your life. Okay, this is in the middle of the week. Yeah, and then we have the Moon card, otherwise known as the card of illusion. It's a Pisces energy, and it's associated with the Hermit card, which we actually have next in reverse. So there's a lot of thinking going on here. A lot of thinking, a lot of secrets. There are secrets. It's typically the Moon indicates a crisis of faith and a period of emotional vulnerability. So this reveals misgivings about a situation, and you're just not really sure if what someone was saying to you is the truth. You're just not sure what to believe. And this is a time definitely of deep emotional conflict, but usually with the Moon upright, the struggle's more private than shared, but you have a decision to make, Libra, You have a decision to make, and you need to rely on your senses more than your logic right now in this energy, because this can show you being asked to take a risk, to broaden your life experience. And I always I always refer to this little path kind of going beyond yonder, it's like this new way of being. So that's definitely a positive about this energy. You're being pushed to expand yourself. And this idea may make you feel very uncomfortable, but the moon asks that you really go deep and examine the real cause of the unrest that you're feeling in your life right now, because this does indicate that you're feeling some sense of unrest and you're not sure what to believe. And if it's somebody in your life that you're having a really hard time trusting, you need to really look at that. Like, why are you having such a hard time trusting this person? What's underneath that? But in relationships, you might be feeling confused and disappointed by someone who's let you down. Yeah. And in career, you might achieve a goal, but ultimately feel, was it really worth all the effort I put into it? And some of you might be feeling disillusioned about your current living situation, or having second thoughts about a move, or maybe even a home improvement project that's proven to be a lot more costly than you initially thought. So there's a lot of uncertainty here. And then we have the Hermit reverse. Of course, the numerology link is back to the moon. This is a Virgo energy. And in reverse, this tells me that you may be feeling very alone right now and unsupported during this midweek time. But again, this is another one where it's more of an attitude than reality. So it's worth asking yourself if maybe you're avoiding help. And why? Why might you be avoiding help? And this can indicate that you maybe have accepted the role of victim or martyr. And I don't mean that as an insult in any way, Libra. You don't want to feel this way, but it's like this is a role that you have kind of been pushed into, accepted, whatever, allowed in your life for a long time due to your circumstances, and you feel stuck, and so it's hard to let go of a way of being that you've been in for a long time. But you're just not going to feel very supported in the middle of this week. So if this is resonating with you, really here, just withdraw for a minute and rely on your own guidance and think about why you're feeling the way you do. Exactly what's going on. What's going on really in your relationships. And don't be afraid to really look and go deep, because the energy is supporting this, okay? Now, let's look at what might be challenging you this week. Okay, we have the Three of Swords reversed. This is a Saturn and Libra energy, okay? And that's tough for you guys, right? Saturn's the great taskmaster, and this is an air element. So when this is reversed, this indicates the pain of a truth being revealed. And typically there's a lot of fighting and drama with this. So this is a common card for betrayal of any kind of disloyalty. So this can be in a relationship. This can even be in business dealings. The good part about this, though, is that any confusion or any suspicions about anything are going to be coming to light now. And even though the upheaval here isn't fun, at least feelings are expressed and the confusion and pain is shared and released. So, understanding is finally had, the people around you, the people that you're dealing with. This is actually much better in the reverse, because upright, you don't have that sense of clarity. You don't have that sense of being able to express yourself, So here, at least there's some closure, allowed for the situation, okay? And then we have the Knight of Swords, and I feel like these two are working together. This is Taurus and Gemini energy. It's the fire of air. Yeah. So this is going to be, it's like a roller coaster of up and downs, kind of like, conflict. But we have conflicts are exposed. Certain truths are coming to light. Very illuminating time for you, though, even though it can be stressful. And this makes sense considering we have a couple of squares going on this week, right, on the 8th and the 11th. But the thing with this conflict is it can be positive or negative depending on your situation. All right, and then we have the Five of Wands reversed, which is a Saturn and Leo energy. And in the reverse, this indicates deception, misinformation. You're being misled by someone. Yeah. Something you're going through. Pay very careful attention to the source, though, of the messages before making any assumptions, Libra. Because what you hear about somebody may very well be untrue. It may be very exaggerated. Maybe not all the facts about something have been exposed. So be very highly selective right now about the people that you're listening to and trusting. So I'm feeling that something that you were suspicious about in some area of your life, well, you had reason to be suspicious. The story that you ended up writing in your head, that narrative that you wrote in your head to fill in for the missing information, is not accurate. And that's not your fault, because you were not given all the information is what I'm given here. And we need to understand that when we don't give people all the information, it's the human condition to fill in where there's missing pieces. It's not natural to allow these gaping holes in stories and to put a kibosh to our curiosity. It's just not normal, okay? So this is the complete illustration of misinformation, right? And poor communication, you know, of getting that this is what's going on here rather. Because look at this outcome row. I mean, like, these are three very strong major arcanas, you know. First, we have the Lovers, which is a Gemini energy, and this is you making a love decision, Libra. This is you looking at patterns in your previous relationships and looking at what your current love or prospective new partner can offer you that's different and ultimately more fulfilling. And you're making choices right now. Even if you've been in a relationship, you're looking at what's working, what's not working. Okay? For those of you not in a relationship, this is encouraging you to love yourself first. Really. And figure out what you want and need in a relationship, so that when the time comes, you're going to manifest a healthy thing to bring to yourself. But for those in relationships, a decision whether to take your partnership to a deeper level is made right now. As some of you may be deciding that the clouds and the storms that you guys need to weather together, the foundation of your relationship may not be strong enough, whereas many of you may be realizing that with these blessings, despite all of the hardships, your relationship is actually a hell of a lot stronger than you even ever gave it credit for. Right? So this is a general reading, so it does depend, but definitely decisions being made here, for sure. Now, for those of you not dealing with relationship at all, this does indicate a new partner coming in or a career opportunity. And whatever choice you make right now, regardless of the scenario, the choices that you're making right now will definitely have a significant effect on your future. So just know that, right? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a Jupiter energy, numerology linked to the Magician and the Sun, you know, so this is awesome. This is about anything being possible, and it's usually positive. Even though it's like the Wheel of Lady Luck, it is typically positive. This is about chance meetings, unexpected offers, and things coming in very quickly in this outcome energy. So if things have been pretty difficult for you lately, this energy typically shows a turn for the better, and your intuition is going to be really turned up right now. So listen to yourself to manifest what it is that you want. Okay? Some of you may experience an unexpected change in your living arrangements that ends up being completely positive, which is great. News coming in regarding your career that's going to improve your situation. And guys, in a relationship, this does indicate an ex coming back. Yep. It's an ex coming back. But this is the thing with this. You really do need to decide if this time your relationship can even succeed. Because don't try to make it work if it's not. Because if it's right, love's going to go smoothly. If you feel like you're still trying to fit a circle in a square, this energy is not going to support it going well. And we know, right? We do know when we're trying to fit a circle in a square. That's when we're in that space of constantly making one excuse after another for the person that we're with. That's trying to make it work, right? And then finally, we have the World card. I mean, this is great. This is a Saturn energy. This is beautiful. This is about completion and payoffs for your efforts. It's happiness and really feeling you deserve success for the dedication and commitment that you put into something. A phase is coming to an end in a positive way in your life, and this shows you on the other side feeling happiness and joy in a relationship that's fulfilling and loving. You know, this is you achieving your goals at work. This is you feeling at peace in your home. Yeah, and obviously this is not going to happen overnight, guys, but this is where this movement is going to. And because you guys are a cardinal sign, this Cancer Capricorn eclipse is really going to impact you more than the other signs. You know, Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra are going to be feeling it the most. So a lot of the shifts in your home relationship space as well as your workspace right now are very profound. But as many of you know, the complete change will not finish until next July. Okay, but the good stuff is coming in for you now. So things are going to be eclipsed out of your life that no longer serve you, and it's looking to me like you have some beautiful gifts moving in to replace them. So this is awesome, Libra. What a great outcome. It's not going to be an easy week for you, but it's going to be a very necessary week. Very necessary, because squares, squares are those spaces that are necessary in order for us to grow. We need these to grow, and we're growing and we're transforming. So this is great stuff, guys. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next week for the 3rd week of July. You guys take care. Bye-bye.